easy skill to learn. I've been practicing it for many years.
NInjaNation, I fucking love you!
All right. What is up, everybody? Your favorite ninja is back in the building. Sets BK1. NInjaNation Gaming is back with another podcast. We have tons of news to talk about in the news today. It is 6:30. Make sure your friendly neighborhood clickbaiter is not out there putting out some videos. Shout out to all the ninjas who came through last night. We have tons of stuff to talk about right now. Lee Ross went silent. Completely silent on Twitter. That's number one. Number two, there's been some progress on Ghost and Skulls. We don't know what to do. We have tons of topics to talk about right now. As I said, I'm going to keep doing these podcasts because everybody is open to discussion. I want to know everybody's ideas, opinions. Let me know what you guys think. We did get some Roman numeral fairies last night in our hunt. So when we were doing that, we did get some type of way. We got some type of progress. But let me join the chat right now. In the chat right now is my buddy, the DailyGamerNick. That's him with the 8-inch afro right there. Yes, that is the DailyGamerNick, my ninja right there. We got TheRealTimKane in the building. We got Dvbbd, Blame Rob, Kaotic, my ninja Madara, and we got Erick Ponce in the building. We're going to be talking about all this. They were in the stream last night. I asked some viewers to come on this podcast and tell me their perspectives, because you guys usually watch us. And we're always like taking suggestions from chat and stuff, but we need some fresh minds on this. We need to think of other ideas other than our own. Because as a community, we can solve this if it's there. And that's still very much in question right now, because the release is what? A week away? They could still be throwing us a bone here and there to keep us on the hunt, and then boom, it's going to be solved right after Xbox. But we'll see what's up. First of all, shout outs to all the ninjas in the building. Sopra, JP Gaming, what's up? Barricade, Dvbbd, Blame Rob, JJ's, Aim Sling, what's up? West, 8 Pixels in the building, My Ninja, what's up? Slime Stevie, Savage, Woe Day in the building, what up, Ninja? Julian, Liam Winter, what's going on? Savage Wolf, Barricade, damn, there's tons of you guys in here. All right, let me join the chat. Let's see what's up with these guys. They're hanging out. This is the hangout chat. Let's join in and see what's up. You guys in the building?
No.
What up?
Yo.
So we got Rob in the building. We got Nick, Dvbbd, Eric. We got No Touchin' My Pee-Pee. That's a.k.a. Madara. And we got TheRealTimKane in the building.
That's my people.
What's going on, guys?
Ghost and Skulls, man. First, let's talk about Ghost and Skulls still. Do you guys right now, we know about the progress. We'll talk about that after. We know about the progress. Do you still think that it works or not?
I think at least the first steps in there. That's
Now,
just to hold us off till Xbox.
You believe that?
Yeah. I
Now
believe we can activate
after
the first step.
Because remember, Dex called what's his face out? Lee Ross out. And right after he got very triggered, I think. And then right after that we got an update, a 2 gig update. So
Hey, we gotta go to the gym tomorrow.
what'd you say?
118. 118.
Rob, what do you say about that?
I didn't hear what he said.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, me?
I think he was just talking. He forgot to mute his mic.
Oh. No.
What's up, everybody
Yeah.
in chat?
At least since the update, they've had to add something.
They've
I
had
mean-
to add something.
Yeah.
I mean, they might not have added the whole thing, but guarantee you they added something.
Well, we
know
know
they
that
added a
we've
glitch
seen evidence from glitches, people going into LAN games. Nick, Dubs, you guys have been hunting nonstop with us. What do you think?
I think that there's a good chance that it's in there, but it's really hard to say with all of the things that we've done and
Skizzle,
have
what up,
proven to
Ninja?
not get us any progress.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
the most
really want to
frustrating
say
part
it's in
about it.
there. I really believe that we might just be missing it, but at the same time, like, it's hard
Do
to say
you
at this
really
point.
believe that we're missing it though?
No,
Like honestly,
I think
I know we're gonna
originally-
talk
Yeah,
about the
that's you're
progress.
right.
Okay,
I know what you're saying.
we made progress last night, right? If you guys didn't see the stream, the very last stream that's on the channel, we made some progress. We did every single thing in the map. Everything there is known to us right now. Then we started, using some akimbo weapons and running around in fairies and got Roman numerals popping up. And we got arrows, fairies leading us in a certain direction and stuff like that. So you guys were there last night, and let's discuss that. What are their significance? Do you think they're significant to the Ghost and Skull step? Because we also jumped in a game right after that, did nothing except go into rave mode with akimbo weapons, and we got the same effect. So it's possible you could do that without doing the Easter egg, without doing anything else. That could be the first step, maybe.
I don't think Ghost
Yeah.
and Skull's related.
I mean,
Probably.
I feel like if it is some sort of a glitch, it's a very bad glitch. They look very, very much like arrows, so it literally looks like a perfect arrow. So I want to say that it's definitely for something.
I think
And
it's
that's what I
for
was gonna
something,
say.
but Nick, you
Yeah.
have to raise your mic up a little bit.
All right, hold it.
I know, Sweet Angel. I'm gonna hit you up right after this, Sweet Angel, because I've been looking for you too. Skizzle, what up, Ninja?
I do think that it's something. I just don't think it's Ghost and Skulls related because if it is a visual glitch, like Dub said, that's a really messed up.
Dub mentioned a glitch.
It's-
Do you think it could be because when we're holding one weapon, we see one fairy? We proved that last night. And then when we hold two weapons, it kind of looks like a double image. It could be a visual glitch. Or could it?
Right.
Because
Right,
we're
but at
thinking
the same
now
time-
it's got to be player specific, weapon specific, card specific. Like maybe it's akimbo specific. Maybe you have to see double
Right.
while you're all drugged
Right.
up, and that's extra
Exactly.
messed up, and that's the dude over the rainbow. I don't
And
know.
I could see that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why I
I
said
feel
it
it.
could possibly be.
But that being the
you know,
first
part of it.
step, do you agree with that?
No.
The thing with Ghosts and Skulls is that you can't even, start or do anything with the other steps until the first one is done. So if it is a Ghosts and Skulls step, it would be related to the first one. But if not, it could be its own Easter egg all on its own.
Savage
if
Wolf in
it's
chat
not
is
the
saying
first
it's not
step,
going to be
then
out until
you shouldn't be
Xbox.
able to trigger it till after step one's completed. If it's like step 2 or 3, they shouldn't even be triggered.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, they did say they were going to make it harder this time. I feel like Lee Ross went silent on Twitter, guys. Like take this into perspective real quick. Dex makes a big deal out of it. Nobody's finding nothing, right? Next thing you know, he gets triggered. The update comes out. No more responses. Like, I'm going to go to Lee Ross's his page right now. He hasn't responded to a single person. He only put out the guest star. And he did the Willard Weiler. He's only putting out stuff about that since that day. He responded to us, and that day he stopped. February 23rd was the last day that he started responding to any of the fans. You don't see anything else. February 23rd is that last day. And that was the few days ago after he got called out for Ghost and Skulls not being in the game. 2 days later, or 24 hours later, there was the update. What's going on with that? What do you feel like did you feel like he got in trouble? Did you feel like, what's going on? Why is he so silent compared to what we were talking about in the last couple of podcasts about him being so actively involved with Spaceland and dropping hints and being open to the hinting? But now he's like, nah, I'm shutting up. No, nothing from us. And he came up with a lame excuse like it'll be a disservice to the... But what happened before when he was hinting at the Yeti Eye Easter egg? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that I think, like I said, I think we won't know until Xbox comes out, and until then, it's really hard to say. And I feel like it would be unfair for him to give us hints about Ghosts and Skulls 2 if it's already in there. But if it's not, then we should have the right to know.
Yeah.
I agree.
What do you think, Nick? He's very silent now, and you guys been playing this since nonstop.
Day
Yeah,
one.
no, I agree with him. I think the fact that like if he did have hints, he shouldn't be giving out hints right now, um, because that's not fair to the Xbox community. But
There's a
don't know. I
couple
just
people
don't.
in chat agreeing that he might have been told to stop, hush down for now, wait a week,
That's
then get active again.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking. They probably wanted him to cool down. He probably came in the next day to work just fired up.
It
Man.
probably,
They're
probably
probably like,
was
hey, dude,
raised
just
the
stay
fuck.
off social media for a couple of days. Don't respond. Don't go read. Don't do anything. You don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying that it. I feel like he was pretty triggered though. I really do feel like the way he was responding in those tweets and stuff. I feel like he was a little triggered. He was probably a little heated. It was like he was talking, not thinking before he was saying stuff. Not necessarily that they were like bad things, but it wasn't. It's like she said yesterday. It wasn't necessarily the most professional thing.
Yeah.
The way he was responding and stuff. So I could see, people at work being like, "Hey, man, just don't do it. Don't read them. Just stay off it." He posted, legit stuff, and that's all he was doing. I think that's honestly why he's still quiet right now, just because he doesn't want to create an uproar, like he doesn't want to get short again, or like at this point he's just like, you know what?
At this
Doesn't
point, he
matter. I
feels
can't
like
tell you
we
anything. He
cornered
can't tell
him.
you anything else anyway. Right.
I feel like we
Well, and he
cornered him
can't.
into a bad position where he's like, do I be honest with them or do I lie?
Right.
Because him
Right,
saying
exactly.
nothing is not necessarily a lie, or him being
Right.
cryptic could mean all these hints he's given us could be a real hint, but we can't do nothing with them yet.
Right.
And I feel like if I start seeing this pattern on the game, like let's say the next DLC comes out, right? And we're gonna talk about all that in a minute. But let's say the next DLC comes out, and there's one super Easter egg on the next DLC that nobody can figure out.
Hell no.
I'm gonna think that they're gonna do this for every map, so everybody can play it.
Right, but tell me, because if they don't tell me on the next one, and I put another 135 hours into something, and it's not in there until Xbox, and they don't, they keep hinting at it or something, I won't play it anymore, man. Like I won't do those Easter eggs. Like I'll go in and do the main Easter egg, and then I'm not even gonna search for anything else.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know what I mean? Like I
Agreed.
just won't do
Shout
it.
out to Mikey the player.
for the
Thank you for the
sub,
$3 holla, bro. I appreciate that. Let's get some love in the chat for him. And my Ninja Skizzle Axe is absolutely right. He said he gives too much info. He should confirm or unconfirm stuff, but never get info. But he doesn't. IW even reveals the map layout and boss even before we get to play. So why not just let us know, hey guys, we're going to make one Easter egg fair. So on this day, when it drops for Xbox, let's have a race. Let's see who really can hunt this
Right.
Easter egg. We're going to put it in that day. Don't exhaust us and make us discouraged or exhaust our ideas, and we could all be trying that day. And we could really race
Well,
to
I feel
see
like
who
we're almost-
figures it out, because people on Xbox are always bitching, "Oh, you guys get the map early now," but they used to get it early.
I feel like we're almost at a handicap with that, though.
We are.
I mean, you think about it. We've tried so much stuff. Now, if they go in and put it in, we got to retry everything that we don't necessarily remember we tried.
Exactly.
Or that we're gonna want to, for that matter.
Right.
Honestly.
That's exactly it. It's like, do I really want to go in there and try this again? Do I think this is going to be it? You know what I mean?
Put
Like,
130 hours of thoughts and ideas, give or take,
Right.
and like to do all that again would just be ridiculous.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
just like, man, that's a lot of freaking time to retry everything, and that just gets
What up,
sucks
Ninja?
for us because I don't know. Like, I get it, but like I said, they should have just been open and set his, or even say it. I mean, if it's in the game, cool. I hope I eat my words about that.
Yeah. I really honestly feel like
What up, Ninja?
just please point us. Say yes. Say yes. And be firm on that answer. Give me a clear answer and back it up with your word. Because then I'm going to feel stupid. If you could just say yes, I don't even need to find it before Xbox. But if you could give me a solid yes, it's in the game, and you could do it right now. We don't want a hint. We don't want nothing. We just want to know, can we do it or not? That's it. And if you can give me a yes, I'll be happy. I'll be completely happy. But I can't get that. None of us, nobody in the community can get a clear answer as to what's going on. So I don't understand why they would run us in circles for this. And it's kind of gotten me excited to really go back to Black Ops 3, honestly.
What
like,
up, Ninja?
I don't want to sit here and waste time. I know you guys
I
haven't
feel
really
that.
played Black Ops, but me and Madara play Black Ops all the time.
Oh, I
like,
played
everybody
Black
loves
Ops.
Black Ops.
I
Like,
love Black Ops too.
and I'm tired of wasting time on a hunt that could have been something else. But long story short, it is what it is. Mikey said we should do a podcast on what we expect for Black Ops 3 this year. Definitely. We got a couple of topics. We're going to talk about, I'm trying to get Slaughter and Pack-a-Puncher and the Gaming Revolution and all the people who put out a DLC 5 video. And we're going to talk DLC 5. I want them to give me solid proof that they have a DLC 5 or let's just discuss it. That's going to be one thing. Then what we expect to see in the near future, hopefully, because they did say they were going to do more content. We got to get my Ninja Skizzle on here and talk about some custom zombies. That's what we definitely got to do. Scott, what's up? I like to believe it's in the game since the arena is there already. Yes, the arena is there already. That's a very solid point. The arena is there already. But are the codes that activate the entrance to the arena there? Are they active right now? Because all they really need to do is at the end of one of them codes put a little switch that says no, don't activate, and then in the end all they gotta do is take that out, and boom, it was there the whole time. You know, I talked to coders, I talked to everybody. They can do that. There's things that they can wait until a specific time, or just go back and there it is in a patch update. So we really don't know, but that is a very good point, that the arena's there. Do you really think Jay is a playable character? I feel like if Ghost and Skulls is this hard, we better get Jay as a playable character. At this point.
He was
I
there when they
feel
did the mocap too.
He
so-
did everything. He was there when they did all the
Maybe-
character creations and stuff like that, so why not? And you heard it in the Lee Ross's broadcast with Kevin Smith that it'll take a day to do something like that. Literally, he wanted to talk to him about getting some type of extra animation put in for him. And he was like, come back, we'll throw the suit on and we'll do it in a day. Like, it'll be done in a couple of hours. So if it's that quick to do stuff, how come all the bugs and stuff? I definitely think Jay is a playable character.
I don't see any other form of reward we could get, honestly, for beating Ghosts and Skulls. It's the
He
only
did
thing
say
that makes
we get more than perks. Keep that in mind.
Right, because when someone tweeted out, "Ooh, all we get is all perks," he said, "Is that all you expect?"
Yeah.
You're gonna miss out.
Yeah. What do you think about that? If it's not Jay, what could it be that makes us happy? What could it be? Because when we did Ghost and Skulls 1 and we got all perks, it was like, wow, I had to do the Easter egg first to get Perkaholic?
It's the bear bow, just like the exquisite.
What do you
a new
think?
wonder weapon. I think, see, I've already kind of thought about this, and that's why I agree with the J thing.
Like what else could it be? What could they reward us with? Guys in chat, let me know what you think they're gonna reward us with. If they're gonna reward us with just perks and what? Let's say a weapon? A super
It could be another
weapon?
intro cutscene.
That's what I'm saying. There could be a bear bow. That's what I was.
An intro cutscene?
Well, think about it. If they're making Ghosts and Skulls this hard, to the point where we didn't get much out of the outro cutscene when you guys beat the boss fight.
Okay.
I mean, there wasn't much to it. So what if they made the real Easter egg to get the real intro cutscene or the outro cutscene, whatever it is, in Ghosts and Skulls. Now your perception of Ghosts and Skulls is completely taken a different way because now you're thinking, well, take your guys' theory on it. It's got to be more than Perkaholic. It has to be. For something to be this difficult and you only to get Perkaholic, at that point, if I knew what I was getting, I wouldn't even want to do it because now it's like, okay, it's a wash, rinse, repeat Easter egg. It's copy and paste.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying about this Easter egg. They think it's J. They think triple pack-a-punch. J. It's J and perks. J. Secret charm. Yeah, I don't know about a secret charm.
That'd be underwhelming.
They did a lot of charms. I don't think they have any more ideas for charms. What could they do for a charm?
What about the moving heads sets?
The moving heads could be a possibility. What did Skizzle say? They should reward us with a new area. If you do the Easter egg, you'll have a new area opened. That would be dope. What about behind, right by the beach, where it says clearance 14 feet?
Clearance 14, yeah.
That would be dope, but then what?
The
So what? You opened up a new training
underwhelming,
area.
that's the
Wow,
thing.
they took hellish shit for just giving us perks
Yeah.
in Ghosts and Skulls 1. So what's the reward? To play as Slasher? Definitely Jay and maybe a cutscene. That's the real Tim Kane right there. I like his theory though. I really like that theory. Like maybe they give us an intro to the next map early. You know how they send those YouTubers on them little hunts with the DVD and shit? They sent them the VHS and sent them to go like find how to play it and stuff. What if they give all the players a sneak peek at the intro cutscene to the next DLC or the cinematic intro and let us know like a little bit more info? I would like that. I would actually like that. But I'm still firm on my belief that it has to be Jay. You can't split up Jay and Silent Bob.
We won't know
would
till we
be-
beat it,
it's-
though.
Like you said, it's so easy for them to do, and people would absolutely love it. So it's like, why would they not do it?
This fool TJM Dark Knight said the reward for completing Ghosts and Skulls 2 is going to be a full refund for whatever you paid for the game. I'm done.
Hey, I'm down for that, man.
I'm down for that. Madara's down. Do you feel like you got your money's worth with this game? I want to ask Tim first. Let me feel Tim. What's up?
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for you guys because I'm a huge Treyarch Zombies fan.
Me too.
Sledgehammer dropped the ball with Exo Zombies, and they didn't do really too well when it came to like a storyline. They kind of had like a basic Easter egg. You really couldn't do anything with it. No intro, no outro. You didn't know much about the characters. So for Infinity Ward to put this much time and effort into giving a character, giving them names, giving storylines and stuff like that, I feel like Zombies in Spaceland was only the start to it. So like if I were to compare it to Treyarch, if we had to judge Treyarch Zombies just based off of the first two maps they gave us, we wouldn't have much to go off of. This is still DLC 1. We have 3 other DLCs to go off of. And you never know what they're going to give us. And we still have we're only 25% through the movie. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a good I've gotten my money's worth as far as enjoyability, but replayability, it doesn't have what it is with like Treyarch. Like for instance, you could beat an Easter egg and then you can go and you can go screw off with your friends on the Easter egg and do more challenges because they were fun and it had replayability. But when it comes to like Zombies in Spaceland, I beat it and I'm like, God, I don't want to defend that SETICOM again. I don't want to go and kill that alien again. It was a pain in the neck, and
Yeah.
that was I think it's a different challenge that we're not conditioned to because we're so conditioned to Treyarch Zombies. So for me to play devil's advocate, I would give Infinity Ward a chance to just let them try it because we went through 4 DLCs with Exo Zombies and we gave them a chance and they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, we're not even halfway through the movie yet, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my input.
Well, Nick, what do you think? Because you play this game nonstop. You seem to love it, but the other day you were pissed off that they might be lying to us and you might just go full Treyarch.
Yeah. So
We can barely hear you, though. Speak up.
Sorry, my mic's right on my mouth. I don't know what's going on with this thing right now. But I honestly, I think that I like the comparison he made there. The mix between like the first two zombies maps to these first two zombies maps. You know, there really wasn't too much of a story. Like people think, if you think about what the first two zombies maps were, like yeah, there was, but like they were there for entertainment wise mostly. High rounds, see how far you can get with your friends. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
if you just think about it that way and you go in there, you're like, okay, the Easter eggs probably weren't the best in that, but you know what? That was kind of a cool little feature to the game. Let's go back to doing high rounds.
Yeah.
That's what it used to be. And then as the story progressed, it changed into, oh, you know, this is awesome. The story's really good. So it's something that, like I was saying before, you know, you kind of got to give them the rest of the DLCs because you don't know how it's going to turn out. You know, that's
and do remember, not to interrupt, but do remember they got a
fine.
standard. They got a standard they have to set because Treyarch set the standard high. Let's be
Absolutely.
Right.
That standard is set so high that, I mean, the concept of a storyline being hidden in a game, and you have to go find it, and you have to spend countless hours on finding the storyline.
Just to understand it.
Just to understand it, right? Exactly. So for that standard to be met, we're already conditioned to, you know, simple things like perks, simple things like a storyline, simple things like an Easter egg needs to be found. So that's already assumed when playing Infinite Warfare. Like, all right, if we're gonna go play zombies, what's the Easter egg?
Yeah,
so you're already
exactly.
conditioned to walk into that map and say, what's the Easter egg I need to find? So it's a different kind of replayability you got to find into it too. Again, like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate, but at the same time, I know where you guys are coming from because it's like, where's the thrill? Where is it? Where's my money's worth? And that's
where's the
most
thrill of
important.
the same copy and paste Easter egg, though?
Yeah, that was dumb.
They
That
put
was
the
dumb.
same exact thing: defend 3 spots and a boss battle.
Yeah.
You could have at least
Yeah,
like threw some shoot this out of the map because you had some things like that. You could have did something different. Put 3 of those combinations of things together.
Yeah,
Kill a certain amount of
agree.
zombies, fill a soul box, do something. If you take a page out of Treyarch's book and you'll be fine.
Like we talked about before, though, like these stories, it can be really sweet because really it doesn't have to be anything. I mean, it could be it's a movie.
Because
You know what I'm
every
saying? So, like,
DLC
the
is
story
its
can
own
literally
movie.
be everything.
So
you could have
There's-
anything
they
you
don't
want to
they don't
have.
have to keep the story going from the
Right,
last
they can
one.
change
It's a
it.
completely different.
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
like
stories,
episodes.
I think the overall map stories are gonna be mixed together. Gonna be one big super
That's
story
why
that goes
it
through
has
all of
no
them.
storyline because each DLC is its own story.
I think it'll get into the story.
It'll
a little
slowly mesh together.
Once-
It's like
once
supposed to
we do
tell
the
you its
Willard
full
super
story
Easter egg, it's
without
gonna mess it
leaving
all
you
up.
in suspense. That's the problem. It's not leaving anybody in suspense because we
'Cause
used
it's
to
a
play Treyarch
new
Zombies
thing.
That's true.
and get a hint, and then you go back to Black Ops 1 and a note that you saw on the floor relates to something that you see in Black Ops 3, and it's like, oh, I make the connection there. There was tons of things. Even dead zombies with knives in them had names. You know what I mean? They were detailed. This isn't detailed. This is like a cheap Netflix movie. That's what I say. I'm sorry. But let's move on to a different topic. Does everybody wait, Dubbed? Do you feel like you got your money's worth? Chaotic? Anybody feel like they got their money's worth? I still want to know. Can y'all hear me? Anybody there?
Yeah, we hear you.
Dubbed went out to get some groceries. And
Can you not hear us?
everybody in the chat I'm seeing doesn't feel like they got their money's worth, but they say they have hope.
Dubs
Can you not
there.
hear us, Sets?
You can't hear me?
Sets, we can
hear you.
hear Dubs. We can hear you. I don't think you can hear Dubs.
No, I can't hear Dubbed at all. I don't know. But let's go let's go on to the next DLC. Speaking of keeping our interests, we already know that the next special guest is going to be a woman, right? Now, I put out a video thinking it's Elvira because she was linked to Lee Ross on Twitter. A lot of people responded saying that yes, they do think that. And they also think that Pam Grier could be the next person we see in there, who was Foxy Brown. She was also a very big star in the 70s. So what do you guys think about that? And what other possibilities could we see?
So
Can you hear-
Elvira,
can
I
you
don't
hear me
think
now?
is out of
Yeah.
the picture yet.
Okay.
Foxy Brown's a good consideration, but I love your theory with Elvira simply because she might not
fits
be
it.
in this next DLC, but she, I think, will be, because let's go back to just Black Ops 3's release dates. It's in February, in May, July, and September, and then Xbox got it 30 days later. So if you were to follow the same dates that Infinite Warfare is supposed to release it, let's say DLC 4, they go back to the 80s, and they need to get back to the 80s. Well, Elvira's horror movies didn't start till 1981. They stopped in 1985. So if they have to go back to the 80s in DLC 4, because they're going back to the 70s, they only can go forward. What are they going to do, the 60s? Nobody remembers the 60s in our generation. You know what I mean? So if they go back to the 80s, Elvira would be a perfect candidate for DLC 4 because not only is she the queen of Halloween, but it's falling into the Halloween time around that time when they're going to release the DLC 4. So
100%.
That's just my outlook on Elvira. You know what I mean? I think it's a great lead, but I don't think she'll be for DLC 2. That's just my input.
So we could be seeing Foxy Brown then, because she was a major influence. They're trying to diversify a female character, and she was like a porn star. She was very open with all this stuff. She was like naked in half of her movies and stuff. Back then, it was like, okay. I Googled pictures of her, and I got like tons of naked pictures just there. She had like a baseball card of her naked and shit. So if maybe sex sells, maybe star power they're not focused on, and star power and sex. But if you Google them, Pam Grier's like 67 years old now. How is she gonna be sexy? And Elvira's also like 65. So they're both really.
No one says you have to use what they look like now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hasselhoff. He's busted, rusted, and crusted.
True.
If the next map is Disco Devil, like I believe it is, I think Pam Grier is very likely.
When you look at her movies, when you Google her name, there's a lot of movies that would fit into the next movie. Because why don't they take influences from one of her movies, though? You know?
True. Well, we'll see. What do you think? All right. If it's somebody popular, or you think they're going to throw us a real curveball and bring a nobody on board? Is that a possibility? Do we think that? What do you think in chat? If you guys think of anybody, Farrah Fawcett, I said that in my video too. Farrah Fawcett, they're saying Batgirl, Martin Luther King. No, they're not bringing the King back. Britney Spears when she was a white kid. I don't know.
Well, if they go with, let's go with Dub's concept, Disco Devil. Disco is huge in the 70s. Who is somebody you think of right away when you think of the disco in the 70s?
John Travolta. Grease.
I said that.
But we know it's not a guy.
He'd be too expensive. Yeah, he'd be too expensive.
It is a movie. Yeah, it is a movie. But then again, if they're going to try and go with the same concept of, it's true. John Travolta could be really expensive. But again, these are just theories. We're working out the kinks, trying to see if we can guess it. Yeah.
And then at the same time, I didn't really think that Kevin Smith would be in the Raven the Redwoods. I thought it was going to be like a horror movie, you know, like one of the actors from Friday the 13th or something.
That's
like that.
true too.
I thought it too. It's going to be
I
Tina
thought
Turner.
Freddy or Michael Myers.
Yeah, it could be someone not necessarily like a low, like, you know, someone that's a nobody, but it could be somebody. It could not be Pam Grier as much as she would fit, and it would make sense. It could be someone that it doesn't make sense to the map, but it only makes sense to the era.
Well, what about this? Think about the setting that we're going to be in here. And hold on 1 second.
I think the zombie heads are there because if you're playing solo on the first 2 rounds, 14.
Shout out to Clips for the $10 holla.
Maybe you need to kill them all with headshots considering there's 14 tallied under the dartboards.
Shout out to Clips for a $10 holla before. DYL Wheat. I think the zombie heads are there because if you're playing solo on the first 2 rounds, 14 zombies spawn in total. Maybe you need to kill them with all headshots, considering there's a 14 under the dartboards. We have tried that, but appreciate both of your donations before. Thank you so much for the $10 hollers, Clips and Wheat. Can we get some hype in the chat for them too? Yes, I do agree with that, but we're still testing out theories for the Ghost and Skulls too. I'm definitely going to take that into consideration, and in our next hunt, we're going to do exactly that and try that out and try to disprove it. But let's go back on to the map. What do you think? We already know it's going to be around, what, New York City? Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense for sure.
We're in a train station. It could be Chicago. They got train stations there. What proof do we have that it's New York City?
Lee was doing his voiceovers in New York.
So?
Yeah.
I mean,
Lee's from
I guess
New
it
York.
doesn't necessarily mean it, but
Lee's from New York. We got great recording studios out here. Trust me.
he is from New York. I'm not saying that they're not good. I'm just saying. I mean, it could be Chicago. I mean, if you want to go that way, it could be Chicago. It could be San Diego. It could be any of these.
But just from the cinematic trailer, you would guess New York, Chicago.
Yeah. It's the 70s. It's funky, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's about to get a whole lot more funky.
Okay, so where was the funkiest spot in the 70s?
Chicago.
Could have been. There was a lot of jazz in Chicago. I think
Well,
so.
what years are they correlating between like the 80s? What exact year was it for the 80s and Zombies in Spaceland?
88, I believe, right?
And then 92 in I don't know. Well, sorry guys, give me a second.
That's all right.
But in 92 with Raven of Redwoods. I mean, I'm trying to think of if they're going to go with consistency. It doesn't really seem consistent, but you know, what was the highlight year in the 70s for disco or for, you know, in the trains?
70,
you know what I mean?
76, 77.
There's B-boys back in the 70s. B-boys came around back in the 70s. Hip-hop was created back in the 70s. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that could go along in the 70s. Like, in the early 70s, disco started, and then it died in the 70s, too, along with hip-hop starting in the 70s, and that's what created the 80s hip-hop.
Okay, so funky, you know what I mean? Early hip-hop was funky, though.
Right. So, you know, it could be there's a whole list of people. There could be Sugar Hill Gang, could be the special features. You know what I mean? Who knows? It could be the track of the background music. Who knows? You know, but
that would make sense for New York to be the center ground, seeing as how New York birthed hip hop.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're in between. What do you guys think in chat? You guys, I seem seeing some people saying Detroit, some people saying Boston. You know, I think it's in Chicago.
Well, besides the trains, do we think there's more than just maybe you start in the train and then you come out into the city? You know what I mean?
NYC or Chicago. Yeah.
It could be something like a
what is the
Shadows
actual
of
map
Evil.
gonna be? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's gonna be a train station. I think
I'm saying, what if it's like Shadows of Evil? When you go downstairs, that's the train station, and then the real map is up above.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
True. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The setting of the DLC, if it's gonna be in New York,
it would.
It's
look
not gonna be just the
like
train
Shadows
station,
of
right?
Evil.
It's
First
not
time
gonna just be the
donating,
train
but
station.
I watch
You're
every
gonna come
stream.
out of the
Keep
train
them going,
station
bro.
and then you're
Scissor.
gonna go on into like the city or whatever, like what the actual map is.
Show enough. Thank you for the $10 holla. First time donating, but I watch every stream. Keep them going, bro. Thank you so much. Show enough.
Maybe you need to ride the train like you ride the boat and rave to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen. What setting do you think it's going to be in? Because like I was saying before, if it's in New York, there's only a few really horror spots. Like, what do you think it's going to be? We know it's a female. They're trying to make it scary. They know the scary aspect worked. What could they do in New York besides, like, what? The Amityville Horror House? or like what, a cemetery or something, an insane asylum. What do you
I
think?
really see it being Disco Devil, honestly, and I can really see the map being like based around a club.
Yep, I would
Disco
agree with that,
Devil
100%.
could be a club in New York City, in right in the heart of New York City.
Right.
And that could be something very relatable these days because everybody knows about New York. Everybody wants to see New York. It's a popular area. So just being able to design that type of map would be awesome, for people who don't live in New York, because we see that shit every day.
And I wouldn't put out John Travolta now thinking about it, because in Shadows of Evil, they brought in, who was it? Ron Perlman. He was in the middle of Sons of Anarchy taping that. What do you think they imagine to pay
Jeff
that guy?
Goldblum.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think it imagine to pay them just to get on a feature, for their voiceover? So John Travolta may not be a bad.
But John Travolta's a guy. Yeah, that's the only reason why. We
In a haunted castle, they're saying subways and alleys, Central Park. Yeah, that would all make sense. The insane asylum would be so awesome. But remember, it's got to fit all areas. It's got to be like, all right, we know we're doing disco. It's going to be funky. It's the 70s. And what setting could that possibly be? We had, what's the big club in New York? Disco 45 or some shit like that. What is that? I forgot the name of it. It's going to be in Webster Hall. Could be. They had a main disco spot in New York. It could be that. I'm drawing a blank on the name. But there was a really huge disco hub in New York.
Yeah, it was right there in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it though.
So if it is going to be placed in New York, it'll definitely be placed in Hell's Kitchen. And think about the
Hell's Kitchen. That's perfect because that fits Disco Devil in Hell's Kitchen. If you connect the dots, that makes pretty much good sense. I like that.
And also think about it, Hell's Kitchen is also like the grungy part of Manhattan.
Studio 54, was that in Hell's Kitchen?
Yes, it was.
I'm thinking it's going to be vampires.
West 54th Street. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be vampires. If you go back and you look up 70s horror films, man, you've got Dracula, vampire, Dracula.
That's
Dracula,
true.
vampire,
And not only did Pam Grier do vampires, Elvira did vampire movies. So
they all did horror films.
And
Studio 54. Thank you guys in the chat.
And they're around vampires.
Yeah, I'm like looking up 70s movies and stuff as we speak, and it's all Luster, vampire, Countess, Dracula. Not necessarily actresses, but movies to see like what type it would be.
But you can Google actresses
Scars of
and
Dracula,
movie types.
vampire circuses. Yeah,
You're cutting in and out, Nick.
Yeah, I know you can, but I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at the 70s like horror films, and that's just all the titles are Dracula, vampire. Everything's got vampire or Frankenstein.
And Elvira
times on MTV.
Elvira started in the 80s too. She started in 81.
What up,
on
Ninja?
her movie series.
She started in movies in the 80s, but she was known in the 70s.
Right.
That's what I feel like people are taking for granted. She started doing movies in the 80s, yeah, but she was touring and doing all this other stuff in the 70s. She was a musician. She did a lot of other stuff besides movies. So she's a popular icon from both eras. She's known as Cassandra something in the 70s, and she's known as Elvira in the 80s. So she has two personas you're forgetting about. Trying to keep up with this chat. Vampires going to be the new clown round? Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you really think they would put vampires in this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I was gonna say they put Bigfoots in.
Yes.
I thought
they
that
put
Come on,
clowns
son.
and monkeys. They're gonna
Come
put
on, son.
vampires.
Are they really going to put... If you put vampires in this, I'm done. I ain't shooting no vampires for a clown.
I thought this map was
fly
gonna
around
be...
and... No, I'm going to suck your blood.
That one even better. How you gonna kill them?
Come on, son.
Not like that dairy ass vampires.
I could see that being true too. And another thing I was gonna say is I thought that this map was gonna be vampires when you started putting out the letters. I thought this map was gonna be like a red manor. I thought it was gonna be not redwoods, but I thought it would be something like that. So I pictured like a Dracula type map. Plus, with the coming soon thing in the Afterlife arcade, it resembled like a vampire-ish zombie to me, but that's still there even in Rave, which is weird.
Dawn of the Dead came out in 70.
Chat, please let me know if you think it's gonna be vampires.
Sets is like about to give up hope.
If it's vampires, I'm crazy. It's crazy. Count Chocula.
I think it could.
If they throw Count Chocula up in this, I wouldn't even doubt it, because freaking Willard Wyler looks like freaking Count freaking Chocula. He looks that evil. They would do some stupid shit like that. Why am I even questioning myself?
I could see vampires, dude. I could see.
They'd do anything to freaking capture some part of your attention span. We already got Bigfoot. We already got Bane. I don't know how they licensed that from Batman, but whatever. Haunted mansion with vampires and werewolves. That's what I'm thinking. Are we gonna? I said that in my video too.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think vampires would be cool personally. I think that'd be kind of sweet.
The hype train is here, not in the 70s. You're absolutely right, Cod King. What up, Ninja? West, I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking about the Addams Family. You know, they could put us in a setting like that, somewhere in a cemetery, a haunted mansion. Could be in New York, just up in the hills somewhere. There's tons of spots up in Albany and stuff like that they have cemeteries right next to a house and stuff. Could be the 70s. What? How are they gonna throw that in there? There was disco farmers back then. What do they do? Like
what up, Ninja?
Dancing disco in the barn. What up, ninjas? Guys, if you want to join the discussion, I did open up a hotline. It's called Dial 1-800-SQUEAKER. It's a real number. You can call it. You can let me know what's up. I'm not kidding either. Casper the Ghost. You think Casper? What do you guys think in the Discord? Casper. You think they'll put some friendly ghost shit in here?
Nah.
What about the Ghost Hunter?
The Ghost Hunter. That would make sense for Ghost and Skulls 3. It's like, follow Casper. He's got to find us a skull.
Is Ghostbusters an 80s movie or 70s movie? Or 90s? Was that 90s? That was 80s. That's what I thought.
Yeah, bro. Like, no. Pet Cemetery. What up, Ricardo? Ricardo, if you got a lead, hit me up on Twitter, bro. We can talk on Twitter. Any new stuff besides fairies, arrows? No. That's what we got. We were talking about it today and thinking maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's a visual glitch. And I'm hoping it's not, but...
That would be a really bad one. And if so, that would be something that they need to fix immediately and or be like, we would need to know if that's a glitch.
I think I'm going to have to tweet Lee Ross a picture and tell him, ask him again for a solid answer. Hopefully we can get one. Yes or no, is this supposed to be like this? That's it. Just a yes or a no. Is it a visual glitch? Or because you need to fix this ASAP. People are chasing fucking fairies around and it's just a glitch. I'd be pissed too. It's me, Jennifer. What's up, Jen? Bro, please don't clickbait anymore. Guys, I did 840 something videos since I started YouTube. I put out 2 troll videos and I told everybody I was trolling. It was a joke and I don't clickbait, all right? I just fucking put out a troll video. You're only mad because I got your ass. And that's it. Some kid was like,
I think whoever's had a PR put Lee Ross in timeout.
I think they definitely had a PR put him in timeout. Like, don't say nothing. Be quiet for a week on Twitter.
Right.
What about Asylum? Asylum was a movie in the 70s.
Yeah, Asylum sure was.
Asylum could be something. But where was Asylum put in? They could put it in one of the mental institutions in New York City and try to recreate the film era, you know?
I just really don't think they're gonna go for like that. I think they're trying to blend. Like it's gonna be like something scary, but it's gonna also have like the same thing. Like it's Raven the Redwoods and zombies in Spaceland. Like there's gonna be more to it than just. It's not. If there's an asylum, it's gonna be like, like the house party asylum. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to see a picture of the fairies, it's on my Twitter. It's been up there. We've been asking tons of people what's going on with this. And if you want to check it out, follow me on Twitter. It's right there. It's all over Twitter. We're asking all the devs. Whoever I can find out as a dev, I've tweeted it at him. And we're going to start asking Lee Ross for a straight answer.
But there's going to be some fluorescent or shiny somewhere, so why wouldn't it be disco?
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, soon we can figure out Ghosts and Skulls with these new leads. And if it's not a glitch, we will be hunting later on. We will be testing out some other theories. Some people have hit us up with a couple of theories. Before, let me not forget. Yeah, I guess that's it. We pretty much covered everything. I will be doing a video on whether or not Pam Grier would be involved. I think there's sufficient evidence there too, so we can let people decide if it's gonna be Elvira or Elvira. Sorry, I butchered her name, or Pam Grier, Mrs. Foxy Brown, and we're gonna discuss the map location. I'm gonna try to do some digging on that and see if I can find out anything. Where have people been? Check their Twitter, see some tweets. There you go, Faye. Faye got a picture right there for everybody to see. So we're going to show you guys the picture of the fairies that we're talking about. If you guys look on the little screen, thank you so much, Faye. Let me show that to everybody here. So if you guys notice, there's an arrow in the fairy, and it's a Roman numeral. We've gotten them. This is the new lead we're working on. What's up, Dark Milan?
I still say nobody's gonna find it until Xbox gets it.
Whoa. JP Gaming made a great point. What if the bats are there to show that DLC 2 is going to be vampires?
That's true.
That's a good dot connect. I like that.
There was a concept like that. Like if you own Shadows of Evil, there's like something I can't remember. I literally played Shadows of Evil last night, and there's like a building says Gorod's something, so it had like a little hint about the next DLC too. So that might be a possibility.
Yeah, they did have Treyarch devs helping them out with this, so they might have hidden some little tiny Easter eggs in there. We have to go see. We'd have to go check it out, but I think that's it for now. We've covered it all. If you guys are new, don't forget to drop a sub. We're going to be doing some more podcasts covering different topics and stuff, but right now, it's really focused on this, and we're not going to let up any type of pressure, because I want to keep the pressure on the devs, and I really want to know, are they messing with our emotions? I have tons of people that are hitting me up from Xbox who want notes and stuff. We're all going to compare notes, and if one thing works that we've tried before happens to work after Xbox, we're really going to have to call you out on it, and we're really going to demand an answer whether or not it was in the game or not, because I pretty much, that's going to be proof, and I'm building. A lot of people are hitting me up on Twitter like, yo, I believe you. We want to see. So we're definitely going to test this out. It is 100% going to be proven or not that whether or not it was in the game. So I really expect you guys to start being a little bit more honest. And if you do come back to Twitter, Lee, there's no hate over here. We still love the zombie game. We love the community. It's just we don't like being messed with. And I'm kind of taking it up for Dex because I could do it a little bit more professionally, but I'm not going to let up the pressure. I don't want to get like blacklisted and stuff and like have you guys hate us and stuff. But honestly, we deserve a clear, solid answer, at least from the people who we support nonstop. We're going to continue supporting it. You should just value that a little bit more instead of try to sell us freaking supply drops. Because that's what everybody's main focus is right now. Is let's stick supply drops in this, make some extra money, and fuck it. Let's pump out another game 6 months. So, it is what it is. I want to say thank you to TheRealTimKane for joining us. I appreciate you taking time out.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
I know you're busy with the kids and stuff. I really do appreciate you coming on. Shout out to Madara, Mr. No Touch My Pee-Pee. He's just chilling. Kaotic. Appreciate you, bro. Always offering your support and help to the squad. My ninja for life. Mr. Dvbbd and Nick, always a pleasure. Nick, we're going to have to shave that afro sometime soon, bro. We're going to get it done.
Afro anymore, man. It's not there.
Guys, that picture that you see right there on the screen, right next to Scooby-Doo, that's Nick. Okay?
No,
so don't forget, go check out
last
DailyGamerNick.
week.
Ask him if you could touch his afro. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna bounce out of here really quick. I'll see you guys in a bit. Shout out to Rob, my ninja. Blame Rob. If Ghost and Skulls happens to be active after Xbox, I want everybody to put the hashtag blame Rob, okay? Because it's all his fault. He didn't have Infinite Warfare, but Nelly, shout outs to Nelly, because this morning she corrected that and she got him Infinite Warfare, so we don't get left with a bunch of stars on the next hunt. I gotcha. Appreciate you guys. Let me do my outro, and I'll see you guys later. I'll be back in the chat in a second. Bye-bye. So that's it, guys. We covered a bunch of topics. I will be doing more podcasts. We're going to talk. I'm just trying to pull all the DLC 5 people together. We're going to really talk to them about what's up with DLC 5. Hopefully I can get Blundell, because, you know, Blundell did tell me, you know, I can interview him if we completed Revelations on under 10 rounds, and we happen to beat it on round 1, so I'm going to do a little digging and see if we can get Blundell in a Skype call, and it might be an actual possibility, but we'll see. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoy the podcasts. Thank you so much to everybody who donated today. Big shout outs to you guys. I want to give a shout out to Shownuff, DYL Wheat, Clips, and Mikey the Player. Shout outs to everybody for tuning in. If you guys agree with any of this stuff, I really want you guys to let your voices be heard in the comments. I will be covering more topics, so if you have topics you want to tell me to cover, put it in the comments. If you guys agree with a theory, have a different theory, want to call me an asshole, put it in the comments. I will approve everything. We will discuss it. All right? I'm open to discussion with everything, all possibilities. And if you guys want to be on the podcast, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Let's talk about this. Put the hashtag Discord, and we can be on the podcast. Okay? But until then, shout out to all you beautiful ninjas in the building. I appreciate you. I love you. You already know it's your favorite ninja. And I'm out. But before we go, one more time from Blundell. One more time.
NInjaNation, I fucking love you.
We love you too, Blundell. Peace out, guys.